I shared this Bitcoin trade opportunity with my Telegram community, and I am currently in the trade. I was stopped out at first, but I got back in. The idea of this video is to show you guys the thought process behind every trade I take. Trading is not easy. There's a lot of planning behind the scene before I share any trade with you guys. So let me walk you guys through the whole process. If you're new here, subscribe. If say you're a returning subscriber, you're welcome. This is the BETONG Crypto, a place where we learn crypto step by step with sincerity, honesty, and clarity. I'm gonna take you guys back. What I mean by take you guys back is I'm gonna stick on the 4 hours time frame. Okay? And before I even go there, guys, the tools I use to analyze the market are CoinAnk, my own chart. I use also the hybrid system at times if I want to look at certain key areas. But what I'm using now most of the time is CoinAnk. I'm going to show you where on CoinAnk I was looking at before I place a trade and why I'm still in the trade. I'm going to show you guys why I'm still in the trade. And if say I got stopped out, good and fine. But I want to stick with my plan. So let's go straight away into this quickly. This is Bitcoin on the 4 hours time frame. So before I even go there, I had to establish where we are looking at the weekly setup. You can see, looking at the weekly setup, I realized price has left this moving average, which is the 100-day moving average on the weekly time frame, and is heading towards the upside. And the nearest moving average here is the 5-day EMA. So looking at this yesterday, I told myself that Bitcoin is going to head towards the 5-day EMA. If Bitcoin was going to head towards the 5-day EMA, I looked at USDT dominance to see where we are with dominance. And I realized that, oh, wow, we are also heading towards the 5-day EMA with USD dominance. So I went now back to the chart of Bitcoin. I had to go back to previous price action, and I did this on the 4 hours time frame. I went back, went back, went back, went back, went back, went back, right back. I was looking at an area of interest in the past that price has been holding key structure. Price took me towards this area. Yeah, I've marked this zone in the past. I brought in the volume profile, all right? I block it to get this zone. This zone was an important zone in the past. This zone like this area that you are seeing here, this was an important area in the past. And price, took time before price moved back to form the next high. This zone actually initiated this high here. You can see this high. It started here. Now, looking at this now, what did I do? I brought in the volume profile and I was looking at key areas here, like the POC. I was looking at key areas on the volume profile, which is the value area low, the POC, and the value area high. So you can see I plugged this zone and it gave me this beautiful zone here. So I went now back to the future to see what price is doing around that area. And you are going to shock, guys, to see what I discovered here. You can see this is the value area low, this is the POC, and this is the value area high. Now, when I took that trade, I was looking at the target to be around this value area high, which is $95,408. But I had to confirm and be more and more conservative with my TP. So I had now to go to the CoinAnk platform to see where we have liquidity more. And this was the liquidity heat map. So looking at the heat map, I saw that we had liquidity right up to about $97,500, and we also have liquidity down. And usually, price tend to gravitate towards liquidity which is closer to price, except something happen which is bad that is going to invalidate this move. But usually, price always go to where liquidity is closer to grab the liquidity before anything else. Now, I went to the CoinAnk Pro chart and I wanted to see where we have liquidity on the chart. And looking at the chart, I saw that we have lots of liquidity here. You can see 85.11 million, and that order was there for 1 day. If these guys allow this order there for 1 day, and now it is 1 day 16 hours that this order is there, and this order is 94.44. So I decided to take my TP to that area at first. And when I went up, I realized that, oh wow, we have more liquidity above price. 19.12 million order around 95 500. We also have more liquidity around the 95 900, which is 12.89 million. Then we have liquidity around $97,000. This is only 1.2 million. So now I went back to this liquidity heat map, and I'm like, okay, it means that we might see a stopping volume candle that might spike right up to, let's say, give or take $96,000 before price can dump during the weekend. Now, going back to the chart, I had to mark this area and to see that, oh, this corresponds to this zone here around the value area high, which was 95, and the POC, which was 94,569. And this POC of 94,569 is corresponding to this liquidity here at 94,444. You can see, so this now gave me confidence that the trend is up before down. These orders are placed recently. They were not there, but you can see the orders are not significant orders. They are just minor orders. You can see 1.06 million worth of Bitcoin. Here we have 7.6 million worth of Bitcoin. And here we have 9.32 million worth of Bitcoin. So the worst case scenario, they can easily spike down here and take us back up there. So I had to bring my stop loss right down to $88,000 because I have realized that we have more liquidity above price than below price. So I also went to another chart to see, okay, what do we have here in terms of the MACD on the 4 hours time frame is still above. Let me show you guys what I saw here with the MACD. So you can see the MACD is showing bullish. You can see this line is above the yellowish line, right? And when you see this, particularly on higher time frame, it means that coin is bullish, right? So looking at this made me to stay in the trade. I'm still in this trade, okay? I haven't yet closed the trade, and I didn't close the trade, or I haven't yet closed the trade because of the liquidity that I mentioned above here. Now, looking at the footprint, I want you guys to see that the imbalance that we have on the chart is far away. Let me take it so you can see properly. The imbalance we have on the chart is far away. You can see here right down towards this area at 90,352 and also around this price point of 89,352. Right. So the worst case scenario, if they are to just drop price to the downside, they're gonna just recover this liquidity here before they take us back up there. But because we are already here, I think towards the end of the US session, they are gonna attempt to grab all of this liquidity that we are seeing currently above price. So this is the thought process behind me taking that trade and why I'm still in that trade. There's one thing I want to show you guys here that I saw, and I think it's very important based on how I go about with trading. Now, look at this here. The trendillo is around this overbought area here. And whenever they see the trendillo around this area, until we see it make its way cross and stay in this range, we are going to be bullish for that coin. That's why I'm still bullish for Bitcoin. And another thing that I saw here was this moving average here on the 4 hours time frame. This is the 200-day moving average on the 4 hours time frame. Okay, so looking at this moving average now, it made me to think, okay, maybe they want to push price there. We're going to see a spike to that moving average before any dump. And if you look at the 1 hour time frame, you see that we have the moving average here. In this case, is the 800-day moving average. You can see it here. This is it, making its way to the downside. So I don't think price is just going to dump like that without price going first to kiss that moving average before coming to the downside. So we're going to see how this goes. I'm going to do a separate video, how the trade goes. If say you want to see how the trade goes, then make sure you join my community. I want to share it with you guys in the community. Yeah, that's the thought process. So if you want to learn this step by step, then make sure you join my community and let me know you want to learn all of this. I'm going to start a trading session with my educational community. For now, we are doing the basics of cryptocurrency. When we are done with the basics, I'm going to launch my live trading sessions with my community. To qualify to be part of my trading community, you need to use either of my exchanges, register with them, and deposit at least $100 to trade with me. That's what qualify you to be part of my community. I recommend you trade with BitUnix. The link is found below this video. I don't know how this trade is going to end up, but I think it's going to be positive. Until then, see you in the next video. Bye bye. Ciao.